ワールドシリーズが終わりシーズンオフを迎えたメジャーリーグ。大谷選手を含めFAとなる選手の移籍にまつわる話題が増えていくでしょう。今季途中からエンゼルスへトレードで移籍し大谷選手とチームメイトとなり、同じくFAとなったジオリト投手が JM ベースボールの番組に出演し、大谷選手の思いについてコメントしていました。
Let's move on to that extended stint in Anaheim. So you get to Toronto. At the time, there's no Mike Trout. He's not close to coming back. They kind of had been... Anyway, there was rumors, is Shohei going to get traded? Is he not? He doesn't end up getting traded. You come into that clubhouse. What's it like the first time you meet Shohei?
Shohei's great, yeah. Well, you're showing the clip from, that turned into like a meme or something. Like,
yeah.
Shohei was great. He's really funny. His translator Ipe, they're attached at the hip, so you can always communicate with him. He understands some English, he understands some Spanish, but you get into types of conversations where you might be a little bit more lost. Boom, you got Ipe right there, so it's like you communicate about whatever all the time. He's like low key, really funny. He would mess around with me, talk some shit to me sometimes. It was good. But like the thing that impressed me most about him was like for what he does. Like I saw it on the other side. I faced him a lot. He has like a lot of at bats against me, so I faced him a lot. I know how good he is. I've watched him pitch a lot. Until you're like with a dude all the time and you're seeing like, all right, how do they do this? Like, what's their work ethic like? What do they do to prepare? For me, it's like, is he just like super gifted and he shows up and that's no, the amount of work he puts in is crazy. And a lot of it's like on the iPad, like a lot of preparation. Like he'll be in the weight room warming up to pitch and he'll have like the iPad or he'll have like the TVs in the weight room showing the other team's pitcher, so he's like preparing to hit at the same time while he's doing his exercises to warm up for pitching. Like he's always had an iPad in his hand pre-game, whether it was to look at the hitters he was going to face or to look at the pitcher he was going to face, and like preparing mentally for, okay, I'm probably going to see this kind of pitch mix, or this is a pitch mix I need to go out with to get these guys out. And then I found out he sleeps a lot. Like a lot. Like 10 to 12, 13 hours a night, a lot, like crazy. Which I guess kind of makes sense considering like the strain he puts on his body doing what he does. I couldn't imagine doing that. Like going out and hitting every day and then also pitching every 6 days, 7 days, whatever it was. So yeah, very impressive. Very impressive.
What sort of shit did he talk to you?
I'm trying to remember. Like he made fun of the way I sat. He made fun of the way I was sitting in my locker on my phone. Like I remember I was like sitting in my locker, and then he like looked at me and he went into this like little crouched position with his legs out. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, that's you. I'm like, oh man. All right.
Did he ever talk to you about he's taking you deep, right?
Like I think at least 3 times.
Got it. Did he talk shit about any of that stuff?
No, not really.
Nah. That'd be fun.
I don't want to give you the wrong impression. Like he is very polite. Extremely.
Yeah, but that's fun though. That's if anything, he gets more points in my world, and I love.
He gets more points. Yeah, he gets more points in my world. I didn't know anything about his personality until I was teammates with him.
Right.
And I love his personality. He's great. But again, like the biggest thing that stuck out to me is like the work ethic. I mean, what he was doing to prepare. Not just, we all do stuff everyone's different, like physically. Some guys weight lift, other guys don't weight lift. Like some guys like to run, other guys don't like to run. And it's kind of like very individual, like mental preparation, you know, the stuff you're doing on the iPad and scouting reports and all that. I was very impressed with how in depth he got and on a daily basis.
Watching him up close, do you think he's a more talented hitter or pitcher?
I don't know.
Like, what's more natural for him, do you think? What looks more natural?
Hitting. He's gotten, he like found another gear with hitting, I think, this year, especially this year. Because I remember facing him earlier in his career, which was early in my career too. And there were like clear holes. There was like a clear, throw him fastballs here, he's not going to hit it. Throw him changeups here, he's not going to hit it. It's a lot of swing and miss. Like he still has a good amount of swing and miss, but he's covering pitches that he didn't used to cover, and like with power too. That's the thing. It's like you throw a high fastball out of the zone and it's like 107 exit velo home run. So, you know, I used to throw him changeups, like elevated changeups, like way out, and he would chase them all the time, swing and misses. And now it's like I elevate him a changeup and it's out of the zone. He'll probably take it, and if he doesn't take it, like he stays on it and then like hooks it down the line for a triple. So it's like the hitting I see just keeps getting elevated. You know, the pitching side, I mean, he's really, really elite stuff. I think that the only thing holding him back is the arm injuries.
I wonder how that's going to play out, man. I was so sad. I think the whole sport was crushed. People outside of the sport were crushed, you know, who aren't diehard baseball fans, but knew about him. You had athletes in other sports tweeting about the injury and how much it sucked.
Well, his level of celebrity is like something I've never seen before.
How's
That's another thing. Like in Toronto, getting off the bus. No matter, you play on a big league team, there's going to be like, depending, right? The Yankees probably have a pretty big crowd at the hotel waiting for them to get off the bus. White Sox, not so much. There'd be like a couple people, whatever. Mostly people just wanting autographs. The Angels, everywhere we went, there was a big crowd, but it wasn't for the Angels. It was for Shohei Ohtani. And I remember getting off the bus in Toronto, and he sat all the way in the back, and I get off the bus for him. It was like after a day game or something. And I'm like walking into the hotel. I'm like, you know what? I got to turn around and like see what happens when he gets off the bus. Because it was like a huge crowd of people. He gets off the bus, and I remember there's like a probably young teenage age girl that just burst out into tears as soon as he walked off the bus, like started bawling, crying because she saw him. It's not like he even went over there to sign or take pictures or anything. Just looking at him, she started crying, like, and everyone's freaking out and going insane. Like in the stadium in Anaheim, you know, you get later into the game when people start to leave, especially if it's like a blowout or something, then the whole Shohei Ohtani fan base is like, they come in right behind the dugout, just hoping that he'll like poke his head out. And when they do, it's like you turn around, it's just flashes, like so many cameras going off and people chanting. And yeah, it was really, I've never seen anything like it. It was something else.
Yeah. I talked to Vinny Pasquantino, who played for Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic. They had to play Team Japan in the quarterfinals over there. He said he's never seen anything like it. He said it's crazy. He said he called it like a combination of the Beatles and like the old Chicago Bulls combined into one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe. I've never seen anything like that before. It was crazy. And he handles it so well. I was like thinking, I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't be able to handle that level of celebrity, man. Like I don't want that at all. It's like he doesn't care.
incredible.
He's cool with it. Yeah.
Really is. Wonder what the hell he does. He can't go outside. He can't go somewhere in public.
I don't think he does too often during the season. Yeah.
Like, can't
But
go
again,
out
he's
and
very
paint.
baseball oriented.
Yeah.
わずかな期間でしたが一緒になった大谷選手についてリスペクトのある受け答えを含め、ロッカーでモノマネをされ大谷選手のいたずら好きが伝わる話やトロントでのファンの話など貴重な話を聞くことができました。同じア・リーグで敵として何度も対戦し大谷選手の進化についても身をもって感じているようです。またこの2人の対戦があるなら違った思いで見ることができますし、このツーショットの姿というのもまた見られるといいですね。